Okay, so I'm gonna get straight to it. This video, I'm gonna talk about why Byron Scott does not deserve the credit of being responsible for the development of the rookies and the sophomores and the young core. Now, first of all, Lakers, we only won 14 games so far, and it's already March. So that means we're on pace to get the worst record. Maybe 17. I'm assuming maybe we'll get about 17 wins by the end of the season, which would lock us down in a sec. So we're going to get that second pick for sure. Now, whether that's on purpose or not, that's conspiracy. I happen to be one of those people that believe in that conspiracy, that thinks that, hey, because it just doesn't make sense. You just can't be in your right mind trying to rationalize some of the things that went on during the season. Now, we don't have an offensive identity, right? Most games, you look at it, you're like, okay, some games, they do have it. Like in some of those 14 games, I would say about 6 of those 14 games, it looked like, wow, these guys are really putting it together. But most of the times, it's like still, even when they win, it's like more so the other teams kind of gave up, or they just kind of, whatever the case may be. But we don't have an offensive identity. We don't have a defensive identity. You know, when he's talking about, you know, look, in practice we did this and we did this, and because Byron Scott has some of the hardest practices ever. This is something that D'Angelo Russell had asked one of the veterans when he first got into the league, was like, man, what is up with these practices? And the veterans told him, hey, look, man, as far as Byron Scott is pretty tough when it comes to these practices. It's brutal. He believes in this old school Pat Riley type of stuff, right? So whatever the case may be, whatever he's doing in practice, it's not translating to wins on the court. It's just not, whatever he's trying to teach in practice, it's not, they're not comprehending it, or they comprehend it, it's just they're not putting it into action when they get out on the court. So that must mean that there's some kind of the coaching doesn't really affect them. All right, they just do what they want to do when they get out there. So these are some of the criticisms, fair criticisms. Like, it's just not working. And then after the game, usually they ask Byron Scott, well, what do you know, what happened? Because that's the only question that John Ireland or Mike Bresnahan or any of these guys that are working at Laker beat. The only thing they can ask them is what happened. Because after you lose so many times, it's like, you how many creative ways can you just come up when somebody's losing? And Byron Scott always says, we just didn't come out ready to play. Right? Every game. And that's, to me, that's not enough. As a coach, that's just not enough. That means that whatever you're doing is not working. All right? Now, in the beginning of the season, D'Lo was struggling. He had his ups and downs, whatever, but for the most part, he was struggling. And because D'Angelo was not playing defense, he was getting pulled from the games, which is crazy because I know for a fact when he was in Cleveland, Kyrie Irving didn't play defense his rookie season, and he never played defense. He still doesn't play defense, right? He has his moments where I'm pretty sure he's better than what he was in his rookie year. But to have that type of expectations on D'Angelo Russell, he in games where he's on, you know, his defense is really good. But a lot of times he gets lost. But how many guards in the league can really play defense? I could count on one finger who that is. That's CP3, right? And you may have that's about it. I may be missing maybe 2 or 3 more, but as far as elite point guards, it's CP3. Even Steph Curry, his his strongest defense is his offense. His offense, he's incredible. This is why when he had a game where he only scored like 14 points, and it was just like, what the hell, right? So Steph Curry isn't really known for his defense. Damian Lillard, right? He's incredible offensively, but a lot of times defensively is, you know, so a lot of point guards, their defense is a good offense. So because D'Angelo Russell wouldn't play well on the defensive court, on the defensive side of things, he got pulled out of games. So when he got pulled out of games, oftentimes these were critical moments. You know, it caused some frustration within him. Because I know for a fact, he probably was not pushing. No, I know for a fact he was not pushing Kyrie Irving defensively, because he's never been known as a defensive player. And Kyrie Irving and D'Angelo Russell have two different styles. Kyrie Irving is a drive first, score first type of point guard. D'Angelo Russell is a type of point guard that wants to set up other players. Kyrie Irving doesn't look out for other players. He looks out for himself. He's like, me. I'm going to score, right? So those high expectations that he placed on D'Angelo, that kind of, you know, when he's in the game, he's thinking too much, right? At least I'm talking about the first half of the season. He was thinking too much. He was, oh man, I can't mess up. And, you know, soon as he would mess up, or some of the young core would mess up, he'd blow the whistle and he'd take those guys out. Now, the reason I'm talking about D'Angelo Russell is because D'Angelo Russell is pretty much the quarterback of the team, right? When you talk about a point guard, you're talking about the quarterback of the team, right? So this is why I say it's very, very important that he played those extra minutes, and especially those critical minutes. But most of the time, he will pull D'Angelo Russell out and throw Lou Williams in, and give Lou Williams who already has experience, who's already a veteran. He would give Lou Williams that time. And it's critical when you're trying to develop a point guard, the person that's going to be the leader of the team, to have them in the game during those critical moments. And many times, whatever the case may be, it was senseless to win any games anyway. We already knew that we were tanking. It didn't matter. We was more concerned about developing the rookies, right? So my argument was that because he pulled D'Angelo Russell out of those games so many times, those critical times, or didn't give him enough minutes, I'm pretty sure that the Lakers could have won between 25 to 36 games. You wouldn't have got the second pick, but you would have displayed D'Angelo Russell's talent some more. Now, some games, he just really stunk it up. He only had 3 points. I can't defend every game about D'Angelo, but, you know, I think that D'Angelo Russell needed just a little bit more minutes, because 25 minutes is not enough on a team that's this weak, that this, you know, with a team that's not as talented, or it just didn't make sense because the team is not that good. So there's no reason why he couldn't play 32 minutes, 33 minutes. That's just my opinion. D'Lo once said, man, I have no idea on what I should improve on. I'm paraphrasing. I have no idea as far as what I should improve on. Like, basically, me and him don't talk, right? So there was already a communication barrier that was put in place, right? And I'm pretty sure, you know, Byron Scott would get upset because he felt that D'Angelo Russell was cocky and arrogant and felt like his way was best. But, you know, so part of that is both of their fault. You know, D'Angelo Russell not really coming to Byron Scott, or Byron Scott not really going to D'Angelo. But either way, Byron Scott is a leader of the team. He's a coach. He should have addressed D'Angelo Russell and said, hey, look, man, this is what you need to do. This is a film, blah, blah, blah. This is what you need to go over. Because at no point should a rookie be like, I don't know what the hell I need to improve on. Basically, I'm confused. Because at one point of the season, that's what D'Angelo Russell said. So, like I said, my only analogy that you could compare this to is like saying, well, Dale Harris is a reason that Kobe Bryant is successful, right? And it just doesn't make any sense. Kobe Bryant is successful because of the work that he puts in. So that's why I don't give him any credit for D'Angelo Russell or Julius Randle or anything like that, because D'Angelo Russell's putting in the work to become a better player. This is like, I mean, does the end justify the means? If you have an alcoholic stepfather and the alcoholic stepfather constantly berates you, constantly demeans you, every time you come in the house, it's just an uncomfortable, unpleasant feeling, right? Alcoholic stepfather, as soon as you come in the house, hey, stupid, hey, dumbass, every day. And you get tired of it, you get irate, it makes you mad, it gets you under your skin. He think it's being tough love and he's being funny or whatever the case may be. But let's just say some years go past, your mom separates from your stepfather, and you run into your stepfather and you made something out of yourself. You got a little career, you're making a little money, and you're doing well for yourself. And the stepfather says to you, hey, you know, you see all that tough love I gave you? Now you became the man that I wanted you to be and stuff. You'd be like, what the hell is, you know? It just doesn't make sense. Does the end justify the means? Not to me, not all the time. I guess that's the argument. And tough love is really not a problem. Tough love is okay. Bill Belichick, he uses tough love with the Patriots. That seems to work because they have a winning formula. The Spurs coach uses tough love. He had Tony Parker crying. It works when you have a winning formula. When you don't have a winning formula, what is the point of tough love? It just becomes Dante's Inferno. You're just going through different levels of hell. Every game, you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's his temperament. I don't know what the hell's going to be. Everybody's upset. None of the jokes are funny. Food don't taste right. Everybody's just hostile. Everybody's arguing. It's just bad, right? You're frustrated you're not getting enough minutes, blah, 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 yada, yada. You don't want to talk to reporters, none of that, because the team sucks. So that's my reason why Byron Scott does not deserve any props for the development of the young Lakers core. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.